Live, Harry. Good morning to you.
I checked again. Yeah, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. It is morning. Good morning, Emma. How are you?
Morning, Harry. I'm very well. How are you? I know you're busy and stressed,
I'm
but
not stressed. I
no,
am
I'm
busy.
I'm
I
busy.
am busy. I don't get so much. I don't so much feel stressed. I feel like I don't know how I'd describe. More like overwhelmed, I suppose. Like being at the bottom of a pile of stuff.
Oh, I feel like that absolutely
But
today.
that's manageable. That's fine. This is where you left them the Zoom call. Do the
Yes,
pointing. We love the pointing. Love
and
that.
I'm going to sorry, this
Oh,
is Harry. I don't know which side you are currently.
don't
And
mind me.
you know this, you know who we are. But on Tuesdays I'm in charge.
Pretty much every day. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we are going to keep this tight. We did go on quite a bit last week.
Oh, did we? One
A
of us
little
did.
bit. One of us did, yes. So we are here,
We
lovely
are.
Harrington, to discuss Eliza. Now, a quick recap. If you haven't heard Eliza's story, do go and listen because loads of us it resonated with loads of us.
Yeah.
But a synopsis is Eliza felt like life might, not life, but relationships and all that sort of insta-worthy stuff might be passing her by at the grand old age of 35. And obviously was fielding all of the when are we getting grandchildren, all that kind of nonsense. So go and listen and you will probably, maybe something will resonate with you. And it certainly resonated with the viewer, Harry, because we do have some comments.
Did I sense some bitterness in the grand old age of 35 comment then?
Well, no,
Okay, just checking.
because I just worry that she thinks that she's so young, isn't she? When you're
So
looking back,
young. She's so
there's
young.
so much to come, and this is lovely because people have said this, Harry, and I'm going to
Good.
read some comments. So,
Yes.
as always, thank you everybody who takes the time to comment because we do love reading them, and you are
Yes.
very wise.
You are
I love
wise.
this one because this is a really good theme, and I'm not even sure if I think you did touch on this in the recording. Listen, this is from Barb. Thank you, Barb,
Hi,
and
Bob.
hi, Barb. Listening to Eliza's story made me remember how when I was in my 30s and unhappily married, although hiding it very well,
Uh-huh.
I used to have a single friend that felt similar to how Eliza does now.
Yeah.
At the time, I was so surprised to hear that, as from my viewpoint, she had it all:
Hmm.
freedom, independence, and her whole life with lots of excitement and love ahead of her. So, Eliza and others, please embrace who you are and realize there are people out there who are so very envious of what you have. So true.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
true.
Yeah.
You know, so true. We've all sat in relationships that we perhaps should have left sooner than we did
Yeah.
for trappings, whether that's a house, a mortgage, a car, whatever it is. We've all done it. So, well, a lot of us have done it.
The grass is greener always where you are. Never
Yeah,
on the other side. It's always where you are. You just don't look at it.
yeah, absolutely. And I just feel like she is in such a powerful position, isn't she, to really
Yeah.
get it right and to go and not compromise herself. And speaking of that, Melissa sent us an absolutely stonking story, but I don't want to go into that too much just yet. I'm going to come back to that.
Okay.
Cheryl again touched on something which I ranted fully about on the video. I'm not sure if it made the edit. After listening to Eliza's story, I felt I had to share something. As women, we have expectations put on us by our patriarchal society,
Oh, yes.
family, and friends. We often take on we take on, that's the key, those expectations ourselves. It will make us feel behind, not enough, or like we are doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It's a setup. I love this chat. I
It's a
love
fix. It is a fix.
love it. Doing what's expected of us rarely makes us happy. I know plenty of people in long term unhappy marriages that are awful, but they stick with it because that's what is expected of them.
Yeah.
Perfectly true. Here's the thing: each one of us, you'll love this, each one of us can choose to design a life we love for ourselves. You have to really ask yourself what you want out of life. Try things and make adjustments. Eliza might really want marriage and kids, but she really needs to ask herself if it's what she wants or if it's what's expected of her. Her life doesn't have to look like everyone else's. It just needs to be authentically what she desires.
Yeah. Very true. It's that thing. You can wake up and be whoever you want. Like, you don't have to do anything. Do
Yeah.
what you like.
And we did touch on this. We did say, was it what she truly wanted herself, or was it what she thought she should want?
Yeah, because she had a pushy mum, and the pushy and the pushy. It's not the mum either. It's not her fault. It's the expectations handed down to the mum as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
it is. It's we're all labouring under the impression that's what we need to be happy, aren't we? So,
yeah,
you know. Judy, I'm sad that Eliza is feeling left behind and always painfully aware that she is surrounded by couples apparently living their dream lives. I
yeah.
feel she's undervaluing herself, worrying that she's going too slow for someone else or too fast for another person. She did say that. Perhaps she needs to go at her own pace when she meets someone new. I agree totally with Harry that she needs to express to her close family and friends how she feels, and she needs to make her boundaries crystal clear to them. This is her life, and only she will determine how she lives it. End of. Their constant questioning and unwanted remarks have become increasingly annoying and unhelpful. Good luck, Eliza. Ignore all the claptrap, beautiful word, about ticking clocks. You have a life ahead of you to live your way and to take advantage, or not, of the
Yeah,
opportunities that come your way. Perfectly expressed, Judy. Thank you.
yeah. Love that.
Really, really true. You know, we're all, and I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing the people that are commenting here might be a tad bit older than
Yeah,
Eliza. And we're sort of standing bellowing back to our younger selves, I think, in lots of these cases, certainly myself.
I think a
You
lot
know.
of the time that the decisions that you make that aren't always the best decisions are almost always the ones that are influenced by other people. The
Yeah.
decisions that you make that are yours, that are made from your gut, from your own instinct, are usually right. They're usually the good ones. The ones where you're sort of led into it or feel pressured into it or kind of coerced and taught that you're
Mm.
doing because you think you should, they're never good decisions. So
No,
quite, and think of the number of people who turn around having been married for 10 years, 15 years, and going,
many
do you know what?
years.
I never wanted that. I never wanted to be in this relationship. And I've tried so hard, so many times to make it work. It's
Mm,
not working. And
mm.
it's that kind of, at least Eliza's not reaching that point.
No, and that's and she did say, and it was touched on in Judy's comment there. She felt like when she felt judged when she went dating. If she felt,
Yes.
if she felt the connection and wanted to, be physical with that person early on, she felt like that was wrong, and
I
she
love
felt.
that. I love that awkward euphemism. Thank you so much for that. And, be physical. Do you want to be physical?
The other, a bit of
Yeah.
the other. You know what I'm saying
But
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so she felt judged by that. She felt judged if she was too aloof. Just be yourself. You
So,
posted.
how much of this, Emma, you can educate me here, how much of this do you think is down to patriarchal kind of rules or ways or pressure? Because the judgment of being physical early for women is different as well, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And it's hard to say. It's hard to know, to unpick why we've got where we are because we are where we are, and it's come from. I think things are changing, and that society and life in general has sort of realised that women are sexual beings as well as men. And they.
More sexual than men. I've just done this. So, I've been writing this men's pack. And I've written this whole section on did you even realize that women are more sexual than men?
They really are. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're allowed to be, right? And I think the thing is um that is changing. Thankfully that is changing. But yeah, I don't I just yes, I do think it is born of really outdated
yeah,
notions of what a woman's role is in the
yeah,
world.
yeah.
But we haven't got to the stage yet where we've been allowed to shed those expectations. We've gained all of the expectations about where we should be in the workplace and what we should be contributing in that way, quite rightly. But the expectation that we do all of that and we must be very successful at that and we must give ourselves to that and not in any way. I feel like we're always being leapt on. If we have to compete. We don't have to compete with men. We have to be better than men. It feels like we have to be better than men to be level with them.
Yeah, oh
This way,
yeah.
that kind of thing. So we're expected to do all of that, but also run the house, unfortunately, still. And we're still usually the primary caregivers of the children. When the kids are sick at school, it's mum they ring at work usually, not dad.
Mm.
And it's that kind of thing. We're battling against all of this. I do think it's changing, and I do think um, some men get it. Some men give it lip service, some men really support it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still
Interesting.
there though. And
Yeah.
worse than that, I think women judge women more harshly than anybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's quite a lot of that, isn't there? There's a lot of kind of the lip surface comment is really interesting because there's a lot of acceptance of women saying this stuff now. That's being accepted, but actually doing it is kind of a different matter. Imagine being a woman who goes out and looks for what she actually wants
Mm.
openly in different phases of your life. You want different things, right? And yeah,
And
it's tricky.
that's funny because I've, as you know, been working through and editing the podcast for this coming week, and there's a comment on there that I really sat and that I'd made that I really thought about, and I won't give it too much away, but it was we were talking about when my most recent foray into dating.
Yeah,
One of the things I said was I didn't want anyone to know. Why?
yeah,
Why didn't I
yeah.
want it? And I tell you, and if I can be absolutely brutal about it, I tell you why I didn't want anyone to know. Because I didn't want anything serious. I'm sorry, I wanted physical connection. That's all I
Mm.
wanted,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't feel able to talk to my friends and say that. And that's
Yeah,
ridiculous, isn't it? It's
yeah, of
ridiculous.
course it is. Like the judgment around it is mad. And yet, if you're a man, I know that's an outdated idea as well, though. The idea that if you're a man, you can just say, "Oh, I'm just on there for this, that, or the other," mostly the other. But I think now that's less accepted. Like if you're a grown man, if you're a man of middle age now, and you say, "Oh yeah, I'm just on there for physical stuff," most people, men included, will just go, "Ooh, that's a bit
No.
grim."
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I realise that, and I realise. And it sounds terrible. It sounds a terrible thing, and this is perhaps for another
We're
podcast.
all judging you, Emma. Carry on.
Go ahead. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to make everyone else look better. um,
Fine
I
job.
guess that if you go into it with your eyes open and know what you're using it for, you can, in some awful way, exploit that part of men who want to do that. Do you know?
Yes, absolutely.
It's
Why
just a
not?
terrible. I hate the word exploit, but you need to have a bit of something about you if you know that's what you're after.
Yes.
Just don't expect anything more from it, is what I'm saying there. But anyway, we know how that story ended. So let's move away from that and go back to lovely Eliza.
Yes.
So, yes, we're still judged. We've just got to ride it out. It's going to change, isn't it, really? Pardon the pun. Right.
Always the euphemism. Sorry, Karen.
I didn't mean to. Right. So we're back on YouTube now. So people do look at us. You,
Hello, YouTube.
mainly you.
No, they
Um,
look at you.
yeah, and judge me, I imagine, and as they should. I would like. This is Charlotte. We love you, Charlotte. I'd like to say to people who say, "Are you still single?" I love this. With, "Are you still married?"
Yeah, that's a cracker. I love that.
Yeah, it's incredible how many people I know that look like they have the most cozy, comfy life with their partner, but actually not everything is rosy.
Yeah.
Enjoy the journey, I'd say. How lovely that not everything is predicted for you and you just live your life.
Yeah. And isn't it lovely when people who are married with kids have their little moments where they say, "Don't have kids, don't get married."
I love
It's
that.
yeah, it's like it's a bit of humor as well. But there's truth in it. You know, a lot of people, not everyone's happy just because they look it on the outside.
So, again, one of my friends, well, you know, you kind of move through your life phases with your friends. You know this. In my situation, as you know, we sort of struggled with having my son. And at one stage, while we were going through that, six of my friends and family were pregnant.
Oh wow.
And one of
I don't
them,
have six friends. Carry on.
well, I know you don't, but nor do I now because of the thing I just told you about. But anyway, um, only one of them came to me. The one that I've known for longest, who could I can say anything to, and she can say anything to me. She just said, "Emma, it is shit."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what she meant by that was we were very similar characters. We were very sort of free people. Went out and did. She just said it is hard work, and
Yeah.
you are giving up your freedom. Just remember that.
Yeah. I forget, you have 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep if you don't have kids, and you forget that other people don't have that, and what a luxury that is.
It is
There's
a
lots of
luxury.
little bits like that.
Yeah, and I'd say that with you know this with all the love in my heart for my son, and he is the center of everything. But reality check, it's you know, it isn't all rosy, as Charlotte put it more
Of,
eloquently than
of
I would.
course.
Melissa again. When someone reminds me there's still time to have children, that's a nice one, isn't it? We love that.
Yeah.
She's wrote in brackets, I'm 45 with lots of exclamation marks. I explain the somewhat, I love this. Melissa, I love you. I explain the somewhat gory details of why I can't. And then I
Oh,
watch them blush or stutter over their words. If
yeah.
they can be ignorant and insensitive, I can pay it back. I love you, Melissa.
Beautiful.
Another great podcast. I totally identify with Eliza and agree with the Eliza Doolittle approach. I don't know if you remember that. You said Doolittle.
Was
Um,
brilliant, wasn't it? Brilliant.
no, it's about to be trumped. Are you ready? There's always the slightly more cynical Eliza Bennett approach, which did get her the delectable Mr. Darcy. She's not wrong.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So,
Never read out hers again, thank you.
no, I'm going to. Now, this is where I'm going to pitch in about Melissa, because Melissa really elaborated on this story, and I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know where it was. I think it might have been. I think it was on the website. I'm not sure, but we need to find out.
Okay.
Elaborated on this story because she felt exactly like Eliza, pressured into, um, everyone else was settled. She wasn't.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the thing I love and why I really want to pursue her story, I'd love to get Melissa's story, is because she told us that she lived in a small town with two rugby teams.
Oof.
And there
Hello.
was a rush on rugby players. And I quote, I tried out some rugby players and I am very interested in that, Harry. I feel like
What
we
does
should.
she mean by that, Emma? Does she mean that she tried the sport?
I
Was she
don't know, Harry. I
scrumming, rucking?
think she might have been scrumming, and I'm
Uh-huh.
really interested to hear. So, Melissa, I adore you, and please, can we have your story? And Harry was
Yeah,
very
and if it's not exciting enough, can you just make something up for Emma, please?
just lie about those
The
rugby.
nights are long and cold at the
They're
moment.
cold in Suffolk. I just need to know about the rugby players, really. Weirdly, on that, just a quick aside,
Yeah,
I don't know why, my Instagram serves me up lots of slow-mo pictures of rugby players, so that's
funny
nice.
that. Yeah. Always
Isn't
been into sports though, so makes
it? Very
sense.
sporty
Yeah,
person.
yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the Eliza specific comments there, okay? Because I
Okay.
think we can gather, Eliza,
Yeah.
that we all of us wholeheartedly support you. You have a dad hugs cheerleading situation going on here.
Yeah, and just to give a little bit of perspective on this, there is very little that's more attractive to emotionally secure people than someone who has what you have, which is firm boundaries. Whether you know you've been imposing those boundaries deliberately or not, you know who you are and you've made decisions that weren't easy decisions to be who you are. It may feel like those things have happened to you and circumstances have just landed you here, but along the way you've made decisions that have maintained your integrity, and that's attractive and it's impressive.
100%, completely 100%. I would suggest that uh, a woman who has, or anybody actually, who is independent with their shiz together and not needing anything from anyone is, oh my God, green
Oh
flag
yeah.
all over the place there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you get the real person, then you don't get any neediness, do you? So that's
Mm.
wonderful. Talking of flags, do you see what I
Oh,
did?
oh my God. She's getting too good. Please segue for us, Emma.
Segue into red flags.
Oh,
You know,
nice.
we actually spoke about what was a red flag, about how did you think that or what was would indicate that your ex was not over their ex. No,
Oh,
your
yes.
ex was not over their ex.
Yes.
And you said about the nickname, and I said about them talking about them with passion of any sort, whether it's anger or whatever. Um, Melissa, it's a Melissa show today, and I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
My
Happy with that.
avoidant ex my avoidant ex still had the cutlery from his previous relationship, and it's not metaphorical, she actually means it. In fact, he still had most of the kitchenware. I think he just packed it all away physically and metaphorically in a box and just didn't deal with the emotional side of things. Interestingly, he did the exact same thing with me. When I tried to give him his things back, he just pushed them back to me. It's terrifying how someone can just switch their feelings off and never deal with anything, and it almost certainly contributes to his ongoing depression and low self-esteem. That's a
Yeah.
really real good indicator, isn't it? What do you think about that?
I think one of the things that's really interesting about that is that when we say it's interesting how someone can sort of turn off their emotions, right, and their attachment to stuff and things that would trigger a person who's emotionally more aware. What's happening is he is being triggered, but
Mm,
he's repressing and suppressing that triggered feeling, and that's coming back later. It's not forever. So this idea that people who aren't triggered by stuff like that, who just push stuff away and go, "Oh, I'll get on with my life," and they appear to be getting on with their life, and they are in the moment. What
mm.
they're doing is they're just storing that up for later. And if you don't believe me, have a look at people who are 65, 70, 75, who's been in that pattern their entire lives, people who've avoided emotion their entire lives. Talk to them about their emotional health. It's not good because these things come back. You cannot, suppressed emotion has a cost. You can't suppress things forever.
It's just putting a plaster on, aren't you? You're gonna have to
Yeah,
rip.
cutlery or anything. I don't think I could. I mean, I had a very happy long marriage, 14 years. I think I could actually cope with seeing, say, having the cutlery from when I was married, but it would be odd. It wouldn't sit right with me. It would feel like I was sort of, I don't know, I hadn't moved on from that period of my life. It would feel odd.
I get that. I completely get that. Now, when I was packing up and leaving my home to come to move to my new home, I had my friend come with me
Yeah.
because what I wanted to do was just leave everything. And she was,
Yeah.
Emma, you will want this. When you feel less raw, you will want this, you will need this. So
Yeah.
she came behind me and took practical things. And I'm glad she did. I'm glad I
Yeah.
had saucepans. I'm glad, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm glad I had things that I could actually feed my child with, cooking utensils, that kind of thing. So she
Yeah.
did do that for me. Um, because I just wanted everything fresh, completely fresh. So I don't know if I was avoiding the situation or if I was just going, no, that's my old life. I don't
I
know.
think, yeah, that's perfectly normal. There's no avoidance there. That's perfectly normal. That's
Yeah.
what a healthy person would do.
Yeah. So it's really, I've really liked that scenario there because I
Yeah.
think it's another common one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I would like to leave things there because I've got a sort of bigger thing that I want to discuss with you. You don't know about this. I told you I was going to do
Bit
this.
worried about this.
Don't be worried. It's important that we face it.
Oh.
Now, I was at the
Don't
cinema
we
last
face it? Wow.
night.
Okay.
We're facing it together. You're among friend here.
Okay, friend.
I was at the cinema last night, and while I was waiting for while I was fumbling to turn my phone off, you had sent me a screenshot of a message that you'd received on Instagram or a comment
Oh,
you'd
right.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And it was marvelous, and we all loved it because lovely Steve, Charlie, we all read it and we loved it. Basically, you get this accusation a lot, and you get accusations.
Oh, yeah.
Two things I want to talk to you about. This is the first one.
Okay.
You get accusations, I believe, mostly from other men. Am I correct?
Yeah, if it's toxic,
Um,
it's usually a man, yeah.
yes, about this being what is the terminology? Simping. And can you
Yeah.
explain what that is to us, please?
No, I can't. I'm trying to learn it, but from what I can see, simping is like, I mean, I don't think it comes from simpa, which means nice in French, just so you know. But I don't think it comes from like sympathizing with women. I think it's seen as selling your integrity just to look like you're sort of on the side of women or supporting women. And the reason it's so funny to me is that um, if you're not simping, as they call it, what exactly are you doing? Like, do you not like women? Like,
Mm.
what? It seems odd to me. And it's
So
always these, yeah, it's always the men who comment.
yeah, it is always meant, and I understood it to be more than that. I understood it to be, which absolutely makes me howl when I think about
Mm.
you. I understood it to mean a tool to to give you success with women. That's
Oh
what
yeah, I love that. I love the way that.
makes me laugh. Because you don't need that, Harry. Is all I'm going to say to that. Is all I'm
Thanks
going to
very much, Emma. Thank you. But yeah, I always find it quite funny that the men don't realize how I don't know how to describe it. It's almost a homoerotic behavior to say to someone, "Oh, you like women too much. You're too nice to women. What you should do is be more manly. Have you not thought about talking about muscles and cars more or engine?" And it's like, yeah, but you sound more like you really admire men
Yeah,
than women, and
yeah.
you're saying that that's why I can't get women. Hang on, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is interesting, but yeah, there's a lot of angry people out there.
And
Bless them.
what I would like to say, if there is anybody watching who has that opinion of Harry, I would like to say he just doesn't care what you think.
I mean, yeah, that is true. I'm sorry.
This is what I love about you. I'm, it's one of the things I admire greatly about you
Tolerate.
is that you can do that, but you're not arrogant. How do you do that? How do you do that?
I think it is. I don't care.
I
I
know
think.
how you do that. It's the women in your life going, you can pack that in.
Yeah, yeah, I think that probably is it. From when I was a kid, I've been surrounded by women who were stronger than the men that I was surrounded with, first of all. And not in like an aggressive, pushy way, but women who really struggled early on in my life and just proved with the way they lived that they were stronger without proving with this all this bullshit about being a high value male and all this nonsense. And
Mm.
so it kind of and I learned as well that it's a massive advantage as a man. I've just finished, Emma, a video for YouTube about how emotional intelligence is the single most attractive thing that you could
Oh,
have as a man. You can
yes.
have a Ferrari and big arms, and you can chat about, I don't know, Bitcoin and Andrew Tate till the cows come home, but that's only appealing to other men,
Mm.
you know. So yeah, I don't know. I
I'm
don't
looking forward
care.
to watching that one. I'm really looking forward to watching that one. Because again, and I don't want to make sweeping statements because I haven't met all men in the world. I've only met like three, and you're one of them.
Thanks.
But it does feel like you've sort of struck gold when you meet somebody who, and I'm sorry to say, there is also a deep level of suspicion for a bit. You know
Yeah.
this. How many times I speak to you and I just test you all? Do I not test you
Yes.
all the time? Still.
Yeah. I'm not clever enough to put this on. Like,
I know you're not. You don't have the patience. This is the other.
yeah, I feel like saying that when they call me out on being a simp. I think, do you think there's a strategy? Look, you should see how disorganized I
I
am. I
know.
couldn't
You should have
plan
seen him
this.
trying to sound the game. He doesn't have the patience to
No,
maintain it.
no.
So I wanted to say that because we had a really beautiful comment, and I'm sure you saw it. Um, where is it? Where is it? It's so important. Okay, it's from Mirage 69. Hello there, Harry and Emma. I'm going to read it in its
Hello,
entirety.
Mirage.
I'm a fan of you, as you've probably discovered. Looking
Lovely.
through your many posts and clips, I see all the nice comments from people that find help in your words and compliments for Harry. Hello. Anyway,
I'll take
which
them.
is great. I too have the impression that you, Harry, are a good man. Oh, God, a fine soul, warm, deep, caring, and lovely
Emma,
man.
I'm loving this. You seem uncomfortable.
Yeah, you don't need any more of this. Very attractive to most
Oh,
women,
thanks very much.
I'm sure. Oh, with all these wonderful feedbacks and compliments and success with the dad hugs, this I love. I hope you will stay grounded and not turn into a big headed player.
I've got a big head.
He has got a big head already, like physically.
It's very
Um,
large.
what are your thoughts on this? How do you keep so? What do you do to stay grounded? This is
Yeah.
brilliant. I take it that Emma also reads this and this helps keeping you real. I hope so. You're helping so many. I'd hate to see what you've created fall to the ground. Mum hugs. Now, before you speak, I was thinking what we don't want, Harry, is we don't want anyone to we don't want you to be a guru. That's not
Oh
what we
no,
want. You're not a guru,
no,
are you? You're just a
no.
lovely man with a big face saying things that are real.
Thanks very much. We should have that as a strapline. No, so
Yeah.
it's also this idea that, I've always been like this sorted in this calm. I went through like the most promiscuous stage in the world of being an idiot. I went through the wrong relationships and all of that. I'm not, I don't tell anyone to live like me because living like me would involve the first 40 years of my life, which, were full of sort of mad decisions and all the rest of it because you have to make the mistakes to learn how to fix the mistake.
Hmm.
But now, in the same way that the insults and the toxic stuff doesn't really go in the kindest way, and I do appreciate people who are very sweet and complimentary. It's lovely, obviously, but I recognise the difference between what people are finding appealing is actually it's the kind of solid comfort of the information and the stuff that we're talking about.
Mm.
It's it probably doesn't hurt that I'm devastatingly good looking, but I think most of it is actually this this feeling of being understood, because that's kind of what I'm trying to convey. I do feel like I just understand an awful lot of this stuff because I've experienced an awful lot of it, and that's appealing.
Mm.
Um, so don't worry, it's not going into my head. And if it was, I'd there's plenty of women around me who will shake that out of me.
It
Put it
will
that
snap
way.
that right out of him, don't
Oh
worry.
yeah, oh yeah, including my sister, who regularly calls me and gives me very interesting, sweary critiques of my
Which
latest
he does.
videos.
And also your lovely friend Claire, who
Yeah,
messages me and apologises on your behalf, which I
yeah.
adore.
I'm so sorry about him.
Sorry about him. It's just fine. But I don't want to turn this into aren't you fabulous, right? You're
Oh,
flawed like all of us. But what I did want to try and do is, and because again, I'll go back to the thing, I'm here because I'm all of you, right? I'm all of you. I'm but messier and less together and much more chaotic. But I also question Harry all the time. I test him all the time, and he's sound. He's solid.
thank you,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
I'm never saying that again.
Really enjoying this week. It's great.
So that really, I did want to address those things because with the increased numbers of people following, with the increased interactions and stuff, you're going to,
Yeah,
you're going to get all of these. You're going to get the
yeah, of
people who
course.
are, and it genuinely bounces off you, doesn't it? Like,
You can only say what you think. There's not a single video that I've made, by the way, that I don't fully believe in. That's the interesting thing. I think that you see a lot of other, I hate the word, but creators, and you see them posting stuff and you think, you don't believe that, that's not what you think.
no, yeah,
And yeah, there's not a single one where I post it and go, oh, that wasn't really me. It's all me. If you don't like my opinions, they are my real opinions. So but I think they're measured. Obviously, I'm not stupid, but yeah, I do believe what I say.
yeah. I
I,
know you
I
do.
think that
It
comes
works,
across.
isn't it? That's the thing. That's the thing. I think sometimes when you come to, and I've come to you and wanted sugarcoating, and you don't do it, you won't do it because
Not
it's
very good at that. Yeah,
no, but not. But it's not what we need. It's not. You
doesn't
know,
help you. Yeah,
help.
doesn't
It
help.
doesn't help. So I wanted to say that, and I know it sounds a little bit like a bit of a sort of a bit fluffing ego, whatever. But I thought it was interesting to sort of address that, seeing those comments kind of popping up. So
Yeah.
I think a couple of one other thing that you just said the name last week, but I really wanted to talk about it very briefly was Lily Allen.
Oh yeah.
The,
Okay.
the big sort of spark, the furore has died down a little bit.
Yeah.
I found listening to her album absolutely fascinating.
It's
Okay,
brilliant though, isn't it? It's
awful that
so good as well.
it is basically all of our well, many of our relationship breakdowns written into song.
Yeah.
So if you ever feel like you're alone, go read her lyrics, go listen to her music. You're not alone. It's everybody. Everybody. As I said before, it's a leveler. We all feel
Yeah. It's
we
a
all feel
devastatingly lonely album, I thought. That's what the main thing I got from it was this emotional isolation that she wrote it all in. It's so sad. It's so sad.
really and the evident that she so loved him.
Oh
She so
yeah.
loved him, and he so let her down when she was having her moment. That's what I found interesting. When this all kicked off, was
Oh
when
yeah.
she had been given a part in that play, and she
I
was
went to that, I
so
watched that. It was
yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when it all kicked off for him. So there's all we've talked about all these subjects. It doesn't matter if you're famous, it doesn't matter if you're rich. You still, if you're that way inclined, you're going to be.
Yeah.
You behave poorly when your partner is successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was the thing I wanted to touch on, and I've totally forgotten the other thing because I'm menopausal. But I don't know how long
I'll
we've been.
just stare at the screen now for a bit.
Just stare, and everyone can look into your piercing
Just
blue
talking
eyes.
about just talking
Oh,
about
13 minutes.
menopause.
Right, so we'll talk about what's coming. Stop. The episode on Thursday is
Yeah.
another really relatable one, and we won't keep
Yes.
to wait, but it's a young couple and they're going through their lives, and some life changes, some career changes sort of are a catalyst for other changes, and I'm sure you
Yeah.
can guess what they are. But
Yeah.
another good episode, Harry, don't you think?
And also, by the way, I've had a story sent in recently. I'm not going to say the day. And I read this story yesterday in bed, and I cannot get it out of my head. It is, I think it's going to be the most shocking one that we'll ever do. And yeah, I'm going to share that with you tomorrow, Emma. Your eyes
Why
have gone
tomorrow?
wide.
You want it this afternoon? Send it now. I'll read it.
No, no, you have to wait. But yeah, it's quite something.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, you never let me have all of it. You never let me have all of it so that I can be
Are you crying? Are you actually crying?
so that I can make all the faces on screen and it's genuine. So yeah, okay, we'll see.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, brilliant.
So I think that's it, unless you have anything else to share.
No, are we doing? We're not doing any task of the weeky type stuff or anything like
Oh my
that.
gosh, we forgot that.
We're just throwing that away, and we're because you're in charge, Emma. So we're
I
not doing task of the week.
I completely forgot all about that. And I want to do this and I want to show you my video because, oh, I've blocked it out. That's why. Because yet again, you made me go out into the wild and talk into my phone.
You didn't do a good enough job. You
No,
didn't do a
it's
good enough
because
job.
we forgot we'd already done it. It's all that
Yeah,
is.
there is that.
I did do it, and you will see what I did. I'm going to run the videotape. Run VT.
Run VT.
Right. So I don't know how this has happened and how I didn't notice, but yet again this week I have got to go outside and journal. I've got to go outside and talk. And I love talking, you know this, but going outside, no. I would be happy to talk in a stadium. I would talk to you on a stage, but I don't know why I have a problem outside in the world talking. So, of course, he's making me do it again, isn't it? It was an accident, I have to say, and neither of us noticed, so that's on me. But let's see if I find it any easier. I have to be honest, I'm actually dreading it even more. So come on, I'll crack on. And I'm actually going to report while I'm outside, not when I'm on the way back. I'm going to stand outside and do my report. Okay, so bear with. Right. Oh, can you hear? I'm outside and what I'm actually doing is just being really quiet because there's so much lovely birdsong. So although I haven't really been doing much talking apart from this video, I am out in nature. He's not going to let me off, is he? So what I might do is journal the birds that I've seen and heard because he might let me off that because he likes the old wildlife. It's not easier. I don't like it at all. I want you to be braver than me and I want you to do it properly and let me know how you get on. But if he makes me do this in a library, I will quit. So, Harry, there you go. There's your off-ramp if you want to get rid of me. I feel like I might be getting better at it because, look, I'm talking more, aren't I? But it's very quiet. If anyone comes around that corner, I'm just going to, like, drop. I'm going to tuck and roll. So, no, I don't like it. Sorry, Harry, I don't like it. It's not a thing that's helping me feel less anxious at all.
Right. Well, I love that one, Emma, because you hated it. So they're always my favourite. Deep discomfort, some annoyance.
I think the only thing that will make me actually do it is when I get to the stage with you when I'm happy to just swear out loud into my phone about you specifically. But
You can do that.
weirdly, watch this space because on Thursday that's coming.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, but really good ones, really some lovely healing tools and things on Thursday. So please do tune in. And sorry I
Yes, please do.
forgot that. And thank you everybody again who's commented. If you could comment and rate and like and subscribe, you're really helping us. We are growing. We're getting
We
there,
are
aren't we?
growing.
So
Yeah, and thank you to everyone who's buying merch as well. We sold quite a lot of hoodies and sweatshirts and t-shirts and things. So thank you if you're doing that. Really appreciate it. And of course, if you send a story in and we read it out, you get a t-shirt. So it's worth doing.
it is worth it.
So yeah, we do appreciate you all. And thank you so much for liking and subscribing and stuff. Thanks for sharing the videos as well. That makes a big difference to us and our reach and all of that. And the YouTube recently, we've started to make, I've started to make more dedicated YouTube videos that are a bit longer form. We want to see how well they're taken up and they're starting to build a bit of momentum. So don't forget to go and have a look on YouTube and you'll find the daily videos as well, which are a bit more
Bit longer.
accessible. Yeah.
My favourite expression or my favourite quote from them this week so far is when you said, real love moves like warm water.
Yeah, it does.
Beautiful. It's
It does.
beautiful.
This is because so many people are in the middle of emotional pain and difficult toxic relationships. What you do is, what I did regularly, is you just lose sight of the fact that nobody stops you and moves you aside and goes, do you actually believe that this is what love feels like?
Mm,
That you're chasing and guessing and worrying and stressed and anxious and waiting for things? It's not, that's not how love feels. It feels like lovely and easy. And you
mm,
have to work at the relationship. You have to work at love once you've got it. But at this point where you're communicating with someone, you shouldn't be guessing and deciphering stuff and decoding stuff. So yeah, the love is like warm water thing.
love that.
Yes.
Loved it. I think we'll leave it on that note because it's a nice, warm and fuzzy note to leave it on.
We all feel warm and fuzzy. So anyway, here we go then. This is the last bit. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you're wondering where your ex is and what they're up to, they are exactly where you left them. And they're doing exactly what they were doing. Big hug.